Dames en heren, het is weer zover. Vandaag beginnen wij weer aan een nieuw avontuur. Jullie horen reeds de epische muziek van The Hand of Glory. Wij zien een uitvoerig tafereel met daarop een roos.
Ja.
Een pleegdoktermasker. Een rode sjaal. Schaakstukken. Sigaretten. Een casefile. Een aansteker. Een opgezette kraai. Een kopje koffie. Een notebook.
Ja.
Een crucifix.
Een opgezette kraai? Ja. Ik denk, wat moet ik...
Zie je het pijltje?
Ja, ik zie het pijltje.
Ja. Dus ik zie ook een muzieknootje daar, zie je dat?
Nee. Wat?
Ja, zie je het pijltje, ja of nee?
Ja?
Zie je hier niet een muzieknootje?
Nee?
Wat zie jij daarin dan?
Ik zie wit. Ik ga hier nu een foto van maken.
Ik wijs nu naar een muzieknootje. Onder die asbak.
Het is heel leuk, maar ik ga jou nu deze foto laten zien. Maar het is echt... Ik zie niks.
Dat is heel bijzonder. De kijkers zijn in spanning.
Word ik opgelicht of?
Ja, jij wordt opgelicht.
Echt?
Ja, jij wordt echt opgelicht.
Oké.
Maar
door de instellingen van mijn scherm of waardoor word ik opgelicht? Hoe kan ik iets nou niet zien?
ik heb geen idee. Misschien wel door dat hele... ja, ik weet niet. We gaan gewoon beginnen.
Dat is goed.
Nieuw game en we gaan kijken wat het ons oplevert. Daar gaan we. Play part 1, play part 2. Nou, laten we met part 1 beginnen. Do you want to play the tutorial? Heel graag. Ja.
Sowieso, want wij snappen niks.
This story begins where many others generally end.
Oh.
At the time, I worked for a detective agency known as HPD, but I couldn't know then what the acronym really meant. I don't think I ever really knew.
Dit ziet er wel nice uit.
Ja.
For a few months, I'd been on the trail of the man the press not very originally renamed Blowtorch. A clue led me to the extreme outskirts of Miami, in a little out-of-the-way suburb that smelled like rotten fish.
Oh, lekker. Kijk hem gaan op zijn fiets.
Strijder.
Lekker, man.
Ja.
Dik sjaal.
Operator, the caller you have dialed is unavailable. Do you want to leave a message?
Bundy, knock it off. Judging from the traffic noise, I'd say you disobeyed my orders.
Hey, I just went out for a ride on my bike. What's the harm?
At 10 in the evening, I told you to stay home. The case is ours. We're already racing to the scene of the tip-off.
But the cavalry's already here, boss. Let me find one of those clues that Blowtorch left for me, and we will stop the next murder before you even divorce your third wife.
I'm on my
No.
I'll never understand why that killer keeps leaving clues just for you.
Do you need to ask? Because I'm his archenemy, his nemesis, his worst nightmare.
More like he enjoys leaving you every time grasping a handful of air.
Oh, yeah. Remind me again, old man. Who stopped the Puerto Rican surgeon and the arsonist of the southeast coast? And what about the...
All old news, Bundy. You haven't caught a break for a long time. And for months you've been following Blowtorch without any results. Why don't you go on holiday and let
Wij
us
gaan
do
dit
the
wel
work?
eventjes fixen.
I'm in Miami, dude. Working here is a holiday.
I'm serious, Lars. Give it up.
Lars.
Listen, boss. I will limit myself to a stealth approach. Identify the victim's flat. I write everything down. I smoke a cigarette. I admire the skyline. I wait for reinforcements. No shootout planned.
That would be difficult since you never carry a gun with you.
Well, once a chick told me that the weapon at my side makes me clumsy.
Don't cause any shit, Bundy. We'll be there in a short while.
Okay. That means I have a short while to solve this case.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Bundy, don't screw things up or I swear...
Piep.
At previous crime scenes, we always found a letter addressed to me, abandoned in the mailboxes.
Nou, zullen we daar maar eens even naar
maybe,
kijken.
I would
Yeah.
be able to find that letter
Nope.
before the crime was committed. But I had to hurry.
Welcome to the Hand of Glory. You will investigate a tough case. Let's see. Continue. Depending on its appearance, the cursor will help you understand. Klik is lopen. Oké. De magnifying glass is kijk.
A horrible antique coin eater.
Oké. Interact.
Maybe there was still something useful in Green Dart's flask. Normally I would have filled it with scotch, but I didn't want to find myself in Orlando investigating a red whale again. Like last time. Hey, there really was some scotch after all. Scotch tape, I mean.
Oké. Moving the cursor towards the upper part of the screen. Up. Scotch tape. Examine the cell phone. Oké. Zo. Zo.
Ja, fancy.
He also write down notes in his notebook. You can access the notebook by clicking on it in the inventory or pressing N. Nou ja, dat is gewoon hier. Klik.
De einde van het notebook.
I need to search the mailboxes.
Ja, zoveel waar ik wel.
Nou, dan doen we dat.
I looked at the various mailboxes and found what I was looking for. An abandoned envelope with no writing or stamps. The only problem remaining was how to open the mailbox. Maybe using something thin for leverage.
Open the inventory, click on an item, move the cursor, and click again. Try to pry open the mailboxes with an item in your possession. Met mijn police badge.
Ja.
My badge wasn't exactly the right tool to wedge this open with, but it was worth a try.
Hup.
The only thing I accomplished was jamming the badge into the narrow crack above the mailbox.
Wat is A?
A is... Dit schiet niet op.
Oh. Ja, joh.
I didn't understand how that could possibly help me.
We moeten iets
Hier
vinden.
ligt iets achter. Daar kan ik niet aan klikken. Low gate. Daar kan ik niet aan klikken. Try
Die
to...
andere deur?
The badge was so jammed that it didn't move an inch.
Ik kan mijn telefoon ertussen douwen. Deur, wat is dit? Intercoms. Er zit een smiley op, zie je?
Someone
Smiley.
left a stupid smiley on the intercom.
G. Clover. Stupid.
I could use it to establish the alleged stupidity of J.J. Earham, but nothing else.
Goed verhaal.
I love making prank calls, but this really wasn't the right moment.
Oké.
J.R. Tolkien.
Ja, leuk.
En Fury.
Ik kan dat net niet lezen.
Nou, daarom zeg ik het ook. Daniel Craig.
Lol.
C. Clover. Crimson Clover. Dat is een nummer, hè? Maar goed, die hebben we niet
It wouldn't
zoveel.
help me in any way.
Nee.
Kan dit open? Nee. Hier zijn nu mailboxes. Kan ik terug? Ja. De deur.
The door was one of those you could only open through an electric impulse. I wouldn't be able to force it open, even if it was a normal model. I've always been a washout as a burglar.
Fire escape ladder.
I didn't need to make the ladder come down.
Misschien zit er wat in de prullenbak of in de vending machine.
That stuff tasted like chewing gum stuck under a desk for a month. I know that because at school I never had the money for snacks, so I picked up those.
Lekker.
No gate.
The alley led around the building to the right. Before examining the area, though, I had to make sure I was in the right place.
Ja, dit ding moet open.
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good reason to do that. Now the mailbox was marked by my badge, hopelessly jammed.
Ja. Misschien zit er geld in de parkeermeter. Dat ik met een muntje wat kan doen.
An antique and
Oh nee, dat had hij net ook al gezegd. Die
there's
fles.
nothing else in the flask. As much as I loved wandering around on Green Dart in the middle of the night, I had work to do.
Goeie tutorial. Moeten we misschien een...
Inderdaad.
The badge was so
Toen
jammed
moest
that
je
it didn't.
maar toen moest je even
Now
kunnen
the
de
mailbox
tutorial
was
niet
marked
aan.
by. I couldn't bust the whole building without a clue.
Oh ja.
Dit is een bijzondere belevenis hier.
Maar kunnen we niet inzoomen nog op die box,
Nee.
zodat we kunnen zien bij welke
Nee.
we moeten aan? Oké.
Now the mailbox was marked by my badge, hopelessly jammed. The badge was so jammed that it didn't move an inch.
En wat moet ik met die
A
tape?
roll of scotch tape must have got left in Green Dart's flask for years.
Contacts, messages, games, alarm. Moet ik iemand
As
bellen?
always, I was out of credit.
Out of credit.
By that
Die kunnen
time,
we
they
snakes
were all.
spelen.
I only had a game. The one
Ja.
with the snake that has to eat the dots all scattered all over the screen. I was complete rubbish at video games.
Alarm off.
I didn't need to set the alarm.
Oké. Maar goed, dan kunnen we dus ook niks mee. Damaged sidewalk. Daar heb ik nog niet gekeken. Daar ga ik een steen uithalen. Ja,
Here's
dat
what
dacht ik al.
his money was being used for.
Ja.
The conditions of that
Kijk,
sidewalk.
hij gaat
were
steeds
getting
verder
worse.
kapot.
A stone
Hup,
bigger than
steen
letters
eruit.
just fell off the sidewalk. And who was I? Not
Zo
to
zie je
accept
maar
the
weer,
kind
dames en
gifts from
heren.
Providence.
Overal kijken naar details. Hup, in de jaszak, die verdwenen is nu.
Ja,
The way it was stuck, the badge would act as a chisel.
precies.
Bam. Badge mee, brief mee.
As usual, the letter was ripped and written with invisible ink. With scotch tape, I would be able to easily reassemble it. Well, I'd have to think about the invisible ink later.
Hij heeft iets opgeschreven. Combine items you will pick up. Use a scotch tape with the letter scraps. Oké.
I would have stuck the scotch tape in the back of the letter, so as to obtain the best readability. I always hated
Oh,
puzzles.
yes, puzzels. Oh, maandje.
If I have to waste time on this, I hate this stuff.
Ik vind het leuk.
Ja, dat weet ik. Dat is een hoekje. Ja.
Nee, wacht. Eerst de randjes. Eerst de randjes.
Once I received a 1000-piece jigsaw puzzle as a present.
Paard.
I sold it to my nephew.
Ja. Een unicorn. Maar niet echt een unicorn.
It wasn't as difficult as I feared. At that
Ik
point,
wil gewoon
I
graag
just had to
dat
find a way to read the message hidden in the letter. Well, I remembered that to reveal invisible ink, you just have to warm it. Where could I find a source of heat that late at night?
Have you found the hotspot finder system already? Click on the mouse wheel or the spacebar. Ah,
Ah, dan kan je zien waar je mee kan interacten. Maar dat ja.
geeft die motor geen warmte af?
Dat lijkt me.
Green
man
Dart didn't have an
lijkt-
engine to heat up, so I had to do all the work. As always.
Oké. Of de vending machine?
Mogelijk.
The vending machine's engine emitted a faint
Ja.
heat, maybe intense
Lekker.
enough to
Vending
show the
machine
hidden writing on the
engine.
letter. At first, nothing happened. I was about to give up when it happened. The
Aha.
first characters appeared.
Lekker.
Jeez. To the kind
een
attention
goed
of
verhaal.
Death
The letters
Bundy.
were always kindly addressed to me. Blowtorch's tone ranged from disappointment to encouragement, with a barely concealed desire for recognition.
Help you gather your charge.
The forensic guys had no doubt about the gender of the killer just after the first murder. The reason for their certainty wasn't the accuracy of the burns, so much as the various bruises found on the bodies, which displayed
Eyes were
extraordinary
extracted
force.
from their sockets.
Ja.
That face.
Die smiley, die hebben we net ook op die ding
In
gezien.
his early
Op die
letters,
brievenbus.
Blowtorch never left
Ja.
anything similar. I took a mental note. That smile left on the letter and the one on the intercom were identical.
Kijk.
So I could rule out a simple coincidence.
Kijk.
I had just identified the apartment I was looking for.
Zo is het. Vriendelijke groet, a normal citizen and regular taxpayer. Ja, ik denk het ook, maat.
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 Zo noemt.
Hij neemt mij de maat.
The apartment was registered to a certain G. Glover. I hoped I got there in time.
Nou. Dat denk ik toch
Het
niet.
is een kale man.
Het is wel een levende man.
Ja, die kijkt naar een western op tv.
Ja.
En hij heeft roze slippers.
Ja.
Yes. Who is it?
I'm Detective Bundy from HPD. If you don't mind, I need to ask you some questions. He didn't answer immediately. Moments of total silence passed, during which I thought he had hung up.
Sorry for the hesitation, but I really don't understand what you would want from me. I'm just a normal citizen who...
Yes, of course. But I really need, and I mean really need, to talk to you. With a certain urgency, too. Can you open the front door?
I hate to be a killjoy, but you have a warrant. I don't want to get into trouble with my landlord.
You know what? I guess I forgot it in my other hand. Anyway, I already told you that...
Listen, the landlord is a real pain in the ass, and I don't want any trouble.
If it's such a big deal, you won't have any problem coming back with a warrant. Good night.
Oké.
In my entire career, I had never been mistreated like that by someone I had to protect. Despite the fact that the guy was an idiot, I couldn't let him be killed in cold blood.
Nee, dat lijkt me logisch.
Besides the front door,
Gaan
the
inbreken.
only visible way in
Ja.
seemed to be the fire escape above.
Fire escape ladder.
That ladder would have been the perfect way in, but it was too far.
Wat hebben we nog? Een steen, een badge, een telefoon, hek, vending machine. Een steen naartoe gooien.
The stone was ideal for hitting the ladder's security lock. The problem was that I couldn't see it from my position.
Wat? Moet ergens anders gaan
A
staan?
Frizzo's the engine was working. The stone was ideal. The problem was
Nee, dan ga ik die slot eraf slaan.
I didn't understand how that could
Nee.
possibly help me.
Security lock.
Maybe in that alley, I would find alternative access to the building.
Ja. Oh, ik klim er gewoon overheen. Ik wou de hele hek kapot slaan. Dan komen we daar uit. Dat is
It
bijzonder.
didn't
Oh,
seem
yeah.
so high from the street.
Pussy.
En hier vandaan kunnen we dan wel die fire escape ladder kapot slaan met steen.
In that moment, I thought of the hundreds of baseball games I'd seen while living in America, and I had a real moment of epiphany. The greatest champions in history were looking at me from the sky, cheering for me and waving their arms.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest
mom.
member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, Lazarus Stonearm Bundy! Give it up for the only, the incomparable, Lazarus Bundy!
Lekker hoor.
Wat een strijder.
Ja.
Rustig teruglopen.
Ja, niks aan de hand. Kan allemaal daar gewoon.
Hop. Nou, naar boven.
Ja.
Hij kijkt ook echt gedetermineerd.
Ja.
Lazarus Bundy in my place. Who'd have thought it? Here's my
Hello.
man. All 7'5" of a man, to be exact. Well, so much the better. If things got out of hand, he could protect me. Lazarus Bundy, what are you doing? I still had some surprises in store for you. Instead, it's already time to put an end to our game.
Deze man heeft gesprekken met zichzelf.
Hey,
Wat?
Just then,
Hij heeft
Ah,
een
vind
I
chickie.
knew I
Chickie
misunderstood
ontvoerd.
the whole situation.
Hij gaat deze chickie vermoorden.
Other word.
je zit op een bureaustoel.
Ja.
Things went down dramatically. I had no gun, as always, and I had to deal with a mastodon ready to kill his next victim. Burton
Gaan,
surely
stenen
arrived
op
with
zijn bek
backup
gooien.
shortly after. But how shortly? Moreover, we
Wat
were
denk jij?
convinced we had to protect the man who instead
denk
just
het ook.
revealed himself to be the monster we were hunting. I thought of sending a text to warn him, but I had no credit on my phone, having accidentally subscribed to my weather service. I was in more danger than ever. But at least I knew the weather was
Ja, joh.
fine in Baltimore. One thing was for sure.
Weer
I
apps.
couldn't wait anymore.
Blowtorch. Girl tied up. Trash. Bottle. Ja, ik ga gewoon die steen... Oh, die steen is weg.
Oh.
Waar zijn wij? Buiten toch? Lamp.
Ja.
Same place.
Lamp. Ik ga met zijn bek met een
Ja.
lamp.
Trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon would have meant walking the
Yes.
entire length
Yeah,
of the
that
room
is waar.
twice. If I wanted to die, I could have found a more glorious method,
Cabra.
such as jumping out naked after drawing a target on my chest.
Oké, wij zijn achter dit raam, toch?
Ja.
Bottle. Blowtorch. Storage room. Wil ik daarin?
Blowtorch would have seen me as soon as he turned back.
No.
Freeing the girl was going to be way more difficult than that. With bare hands, I would barely be able to tickle him.
Ja, wat ga je met het badge op zijn bek slaan dan? Of de telefoon?
A strong show of authoritative force would have pushed him to withdraw. Or maybe it would have led to a beating.
Yes.
Fles op zijn bek?
That beast towered over me, but a bottle in the right spot would
Yeah.
put anyone to sleep. I had to hold my breath. The slightest noise would betray me.
Cabra.
Ah,
Wat een man.
Never mind.
Could be.
hij hoort mij niet.
I couldn't reach it in time.
Same place.
Ja, toch fles maar dan. hè?
Oh, kut. Ik had moeten klikken. Blijkbaar zijn er timed events.
Welkom bij Thomas en Murphy sterven de tutorial.
Same place. I told you to close that sewer hole, you slut.
Wat?
If I hear even one more whisper, I'll be forced to use more brutal methods than usual. Is that clear?
Wat een vraag.
Possible.
En nu liggen we hier.
Ja.
Same place.
Ik kan die botten niet meer aanklikken.
Freeing the
Check je
girl
wel?
was going to be
Nee.
Heb je...
Yes.
Kan je nu iets met... iets
trying to
je
use the
in je
lamp as a
inventory-
makeshift weapon. If I
Nee.
wanted
Wat kan ik nu?
Iets met iets in je inventory?
Nee, ik heb niks. Ja, de badge en de telefoon.
No.
Oké.
No.
Kun je
TV.
kijken wat je kunt aanklikken dan? Oh, kun je de tv misschien op een andere zender zetten?
Same place.
change the channel right now, I wanted to see how the movie ended.
Impossible.
I just have gone from the frying pan into the fire.
Ik kan hier niks aanklikken onder die tafel.
No.
With bare hands, I would.
En die lamp, daar kan ik niet heen.
Yes.
Waarom kan ik die bottle nu niet pakken? Net was die bottle een ding. Kijk,
Could be.
zie je dat?
Ja. Ja.
Impossible.
My eyes saw the lamp. My brain translated it as good makeshift weapon.
Misschien moet ik
Ja.
hem bellen.
He already had his own, and I was short on credit. No matter how hard I tried,
Impossible.
Nee. Badge. Misschien iets met de chick.
showing her my badge would have been
No, come on.
pointless. In her situation, she would have accepted a garbage man as her savior.
Yes.
We hebben ook geen notities meer.
She was gagged and strung up like a
no.
sausage.
Ja, trek.
But above all, she was busty.
Nou zeg.
This
No.
further
No.
increased my desire to save her.
Jongen.
Kun je iets aan haar geven?
I didn't understand how that.
Nee.
He already had his own.
No, Cabran.
Kun je nog een keer laten zien waar je allemaal op kan klikken?
No.
My eyes saw the lamp.
Ik kan klikken op die man, die vrouw, die lamp en de tv. En de storage room. Misschien moet ik die lamp meenemen in de storage room.
I started to come up with something, but I couldn't completely focus. No matter how hard I tried, breaking his TV would have been exit. Trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon would have. If I wanted to die, I could have.
Nee.
Kunnen we daar niet heen kruipen?
I just
Nee, dan
have
gebeurt
gone
er
from-
niks.
Left the storage room open.
Misschien moet ik iets in de storage room gooien om hem af te leiden.
I was all out of ideas.
Nee.
I thought maybe I could use the mobile phone to lure
Ja, toch wel.
Blowtorch into the storage room. But how?
Yes.
De alarm op je telefoon zetten en dan in de storage room gooien.
Ah.
Same place.
Oh, Murphy heeft een momentje.
Alarm off staat er.
I had a pretty good idea of how to distract the threatening big guy.
Jij bent kapot slim.
I was desperate and in dire straits. I could do nothing
Marjolein,
but go
dit
for
is jouw
broke.
moment.
In de tutorial, ja.
Look what what you made me do, slut. First, I need to recover that damn phone that I still don't know how you managed to keep from me. Then we'll settle up.
En daarna slaken we de lamp zijn bek.
Ja.
Hier, lamp.
Of we doen de stores ook dicht. Ja. Zie hem rollen. Hup, zie. Ah, lekker.
Ik dacht dat ik hem op zijn bek zou slaan.
Stay calm.
Dat
I'll
dacht
get you
ik
out of
ook.
here in a split second.
Kom maar, Busty Girl. Wat gaat hij
Blowtorch. Dat was zijn nickname ook, hè, Blowtorch.
Hurry, run! I'll hold
doen?
him.
Ben het, Chickie?
I'll hold him.
Denk ik niet.
Hij had
Wat een
ook
man.
een masker opgezet. Wat?
Wat? Er komen ze matties.
Somewhere else.
Wat?
Dus een andere vrouw.
Ja. Onder een kleedje.
In een kelder.
Ja. En een man met een schort. Nooit goed nieuws.
En chemicaliën.
Ouch.
Leren handschoenen heeft hij aan.
Ja.
Hij doet een buisje in een glas.
Snotje koken. Wow.
Dat is een of andere hekserijboek.
Ja.
Hey. Ja. Oh, we worden wakker. We roken in bed.
Oh kijk, we krijgen een
We hebben een teddybeertje.
introotje. Ja, cute. We hebben ook plekken in onze nek.
Ja, we zijn gewurgd door die man.
Mhm.
Hoppa. Dat is een grote sjaal.
Ja.
Lars's apartment. 11 november.
The blowtorch case didn't go as I'd hoped. Instead of the savior, I found myself impersonating the damsel in distress. Luckily, Burton came just in time to get me out of the doghouse. In contrast to his usual MO, Blowtorch was about to take my head off with his bare hands. The signs on my neck would take weeks to disappear completely. I got suspended from the service indefinitely, obviously, and I would soon discover that sitting on my hands would never be a part of my life again.
Een flinke apartment.
I found the Miami Harbinger under my door, as I had every day since I'd subscribed to their delivery service.
Krantje lezen.
I immediately saw the blurb on the front page. Blowtorch had been identified as David Ramos, an ordinary man who made a living working as a plumber. The initials, the plumbing job, everything matched the information found in the letters. That crazy guy had given us, little by little, his complete identikit.
Oké.
Ik kan ergens op klikken. Maar dat ga ik niet doen, want we gaan een checkpointje maken.
Een checkpointje maken. Kijk, wat net zeg je.
We hebben namelijk de tutorial doorlopen.
Matig.
En dat betekent dat wij in de volgende video hier deze krant gaan lezen, maar ook die brief die erbij zit.
Ja.
Dan zien we jullie graag de volgende keer.
Tot zo.
Tot zo.